Welcome back to Chaos Collectibles. So it's been a while since I've been on here. Life just kind of takes over. You get busy. Things happen. But I was on eBay here about a week ago, just scrolling for some heads, for some ideas, for some new custom figures. And I came across this pretty cool custom head that somebody ended up 3D printing. It looked like they went on a computer and kind of did the 3D art. Printed this bad boy off. I bought it and I just got it yesterday. So I had a little bit of time in the evening. So I took care of it, put it together, and it's pretty cool. So simple idea, of course, very simple idea. But I saw this head and I was like, that looks like it would make a pretty awesome caveman figure. Realm of the Underworld does not have any caveman figures, so I figured, hey, why not, right? So here is Kunk, Caveman Kunk figure. So pretty easy custom. So how did I make this bad boy? So first I ended up taking a flesh eater body that I ended up buying from one of the Zoloworld shows. And I got this custom 3D printed Mego head, okay? And I did basically the same thing that I did with some of my other custom figures. Ended up cutting off the neck peg, at least the top portion of it. Now, this guy had a peg down at the bottom of his neck, so I ended up cutting that off with a little grinding wheel. Shortened the neck a little bit because the neck on this guy was pretty freaking long. So I ground that down some more. And then I bored the head out. And then I ended up repainting that bad boy. But here is the figure. I think he's got a pretty cool looking mug on him, right? Definitely caveman looking type of guy there. And then I did the best that I could to match the skin tone on that flesh eater. And put that head on her. I try not to paint skin tone figures. Sometimes I have, but there's just so much that goes into it, just the layers and layers of paint that have to be applied. But yeah, I thought this looks pretty cool. So the club was one that I had lying around, and I ended up getting a Jungle Lord figure. So I ended up taking the pelt or whatever you want to call it there. Can't think of it right now, but I ended up using that on this guy. Took it from the Jungle Lord to give it a different look than just keeping the flesh eater one on there. I could have done that, but I was like, you know what, it might look a little bit better with this on there. So I ended up throwing that on her. Painted the eyes, the teeth. But this is Kunk, Caveman Kunk, Zoloworld figure. First custom I've done in about 3 months. So yeah, saying things have been pretty busy lately. Haven't had the time to really put into a custom, but this guy here only took me a few hours last night. But I do have a couple other customs. There's one back there that I started. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what direction I want to go with it. And then I also have one up here, which is going to be like a futuristic figure. In fact, I can grab it for you just to kind of show you. I started putting this one together right around the time I did that snake. But going with like a futuristic type of military evil leader with this guy here. So this is just the Funko head, again with the magnet. Put that on there. And that's pretty much how I did this guy here. But yeah, he needs to be painted. I need to fill all this stuff in. But just an idea that I had with some parts that I ended up buying from one of my lots. And what's holding me up is trying to figure out an idea for, the back on this guy, I don't like how that looks. I could put a cape on it, but with the cape, will it look too much like the original character? I don't know. So, I do have ideas. I have been thinking about some stuff, but again, it's you know, I like to have a pretty good vision of something once I get going. Sometimes the ideas change as I work on stuff, but I like to have a pretty decent, you know, vision of what I want something to end up like before I get started on it. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on here and kind of show you guys the new figure that I've done. I still need to do the room tour. It's been over a year since I've done that. The thing is I have foam board all over the place. That's another thing I wished I had time to work on, was the foam board stuff. So I need to get this room cleaned up before I can go ahead and do that tour. As I'm running out of space, I hope, we'll see what happens here, but I hope to expand the dungeon just a little bit down here. So that would be pretty exciting if I can do that, because we all know space can be the biggest hurdle that we run into. So if I can just give myself a few more square feet of space down here, it can make a world difference as far as the future of the collection goes. But thanks again for tuning in, everybody. I hope you all have an awesome day. Until next time. Woo!